Hey, remember when Roger was hard to play? Yeah, back in the day when Ted Bundy cured cancer and Osama bin Laden owned a pet store at the Baker Street. Good times.
It happened, really. Go look it up, but don't, because it actually makes a lot more sense the less you think about it. Also, I'm lying. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Honest Hero Spotlight. To my surprise, you guys actually liked my Leslie Spotlight, so long story short, I'm gonna get you and myself in a very suicidal mood by making a 10-minute video about Roger. Fuck me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's worse, having your dick chopped off with a rusty knife, putting it in a blender and then being forced to eat it while Keemstar streams the whole thing live on christianmingle.com, or playing against a fed Roger. Now I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time by ranting about Roger. Just kidding, that's what this entire video is gonna be like. Because this guy has been around for God knows way too long. And since then he's been nerfed, buffed, nerfed into the ground, buffed again, and he's still a piece of shit. You know, Roger, he's like the Warwick of Mobile Legends, like the Fenrir of Mobile Legends. He's the Hugh Jackman of Mobile Legends, the Graves of Mobile Legends. Actually, never mind, scratch that last part, Roger can have a cigar. But Coco Knight, how can one be a man-eating wolf and a man with sideburns at the same time? Hey, how about you shut the fuck up and I tell you? What, are you interrupting me now or some shit? I was gonna tell everyone anyways, but you just had to interrupt me, didn't you? Is this what you wanted? Have you gotten your attention? Are you happy now? Anyway, you see, the answer to that question is fairly simple, because you see, Roger's got two forms. He's like one of those special offers at Walmart where you get two for the price of one. Just in this case, you get 1.5 for the price of one, because his human form is just kinda half-ass. So as I said, you've got two forms. You've got your human form, which is a huge bitch in lading phase, and you've got your wolf form, which is just a huge bitch in general. Fun fact, Roger actually used to be a normal human, but then one day he was just chilling in the woods, just minding his own business. I don't know what he's doing there. The wolves showed up and they like pissed Roger off, like they made him so angry he just went out there and he murdered their king. And that's the story of how the wolves became Roger's bitch. Actually, he turned into a werewolf, because you know, that's how it works. You kill the wolf king, you become a werewolf. What are you, stupid? Have you not read the book? Y'all ain't fucking stupid! So then, Roger left his home and family forever. I mean, who can blame him? If you get invited to a family dinner and you just straight up turn into a wolf, it's gonna be a bit awkward. And since then, Roger's made the life of a lot of ML players much, much worse. Roger's passive is called Full Moon Curse. This ability causes all, and I mean all, of Roger's basic attacks to slow the target hit for 20%. What, you like waiting for something special now? Nah. That's the whole passive. That shit? Just ignore that shit. We'll get to that later. Roger's first ability is called Open Fire. Roger shoots 2 projectiles in rapid succession, with the first one dealing next to no damage and slowing the enemy, while the second one deals a fuck ton of damage and also reduces their armor by 10. I'm gonna be honest, this ability falls off so bad late game, but on early levels this ability is just a huge middle finger to your opposing laner, because its cooldown and mana costs are barely worth mentioning, so you can just spam it all the time, and the damage of this thing early game is so sky fucking high that your opponent will never be able to really fight you, since you can just keep poking them down and they'll constantly have a lower HP pool than you. Roger's second ability is called Hunter Steps. Roger runs. I already said the whole thing. Moving on, Roger's ultimate is called No Seriously That's It. All his ability does is that Roger gets 50% extra movement speed for 2.5 seconds. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, holy shit, Roger's a boring hero. And you're completely right, all this guy does once you get to around level 10 is just spamming the auto attack button. And before that, all you do is pretty much just farm and get kills on your late opponents because they underestimate your early damage. But even those kills you get by just spamming one button. How am I supposed to make a video on this piece of shit? Just get nerfed already, you fucking Roger's ultimate is called Wolf Transformation. Roger makes a sweet front flip and transforms into a motherfucking werewolf. I know, how cool is that? Well, not very much if you consider that this form is even more boring to play than the other one. However, when Roger lands, not only will he do a tiny bit of damage, but he will also slow anything that gets hit for 90%. 90 fucking %. That's more than Aurora's 2. and it has lower cooldown and doesn't cost mana. Plus it gives you 100 extra protections in both physical and magical. But that's not even the best part about this ability, because now that you've unlocked your true form, you get a new passive and new abilities. And that's also not the best part about this, because the actual best part about the skill is that you can use it to do the most epic dodges with this. Just check this shit out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently engaged in this battle between Roger and Johnson, and it seems like Roger is retreating. Oh, and just beautifully dodged from that Roger. Let's check out that replay. Skill shots are for faggots! So now that you know about Roger's second kit, let's have a closer look at it. Roger's second passive is also called Full Moon Curse. This time around, Roger's basic attacks deal more damage depending on how low your enemy's HP is. And that's why this guy is so fucking broken. Because your normal auto attacks really don't do that much damage. So people just come up to you thinking that they can kill you, because even if you crit, that's like 600 damage tops. But then you just start getting them lower and your auto attacks start doing more and more damage, and you finish them off with that 1k crit. And you just look at their corpse and you hear the 1000 souls of former Roger players in hell screaming in anticipation for your arrival. And you hear your enemy's last words passing their lips. Go fuck yourself. And you lean down to their level and whisper in their ear as they die. Get good. Roger's second first ability is called Lecan Pounce or whatever. This is a target locked ability that can hit up to 2 other people apart from the original target that deals way too much damage, resets the cooldown if you get a kill, and also makes you immune. This skill is fucking ridiculous. You wanna know how good this skill is? Watch this shit. Fucking insane. Roger's second ability is called Bloodthirsty Howl. Roger lets out a howl that has 2 effects. The first one is that it increases his attack speed by 40%. Of course it gives more than most items. This is the ability that makes you immortal. Just pop this in a team fight while also having a lifesteal item. Bam! You now can't die anymore. And this shit just gets even worse if you have Inspire. Buy a Scarlet Phantom on top of all that. That's 160% attack speed increase. I mean, you can reach 2.5 attack speed with this guy about 10 to 15 minutes into the game. It's ridiculous. And now you might be saying, but Coco Knight is not that broken. Moscow's 1 gives more attack speed. And you're right, it does. But you wanna know what Roger has that Moskov doesn't have? Exactly, AoE auto attacks. So different than Moskov, Roger can just melt down like 3 people at the same time, while Moskov can only burst down 1 at a time. Phew. Alright, moving on to the second effect of this ability. If there's an enemy hero with less than 40% of his maximum HP in Roger's field of view, he gets 50% extra movement speed towards that hero, and also increases the duration of his attack speed buff. Now, this part of the ability is kind of fun, to be honest. There's just something weirdly funny about your enemy trying to escape, but then you just run after them at the speed of fucking sound, going like, Senpai! And now, finally, Roger's second ultimate is called Restore Human Form. Oh, I wonder what this does. It restores his human form? Who would have thought? I'm just kidding, obviously. It does much more than that. Roger also gets a shield the size of a 5-year-old's penis. Now, this shield, it might not look like much, but this will save your life far more often than you can count. Plus, once again, you can do some sweet-ass dodges with it. You thought it was over, didn't you? Well, if so, you must be some special kind of retard, because you can clearly see that the progression bar hasn't reached the end yet, so there must still be something to come, right? But what? Well, I mean, I had a montage planned, but now I just kinda killed the mood right now, and I don't really know how to move on to that. Oh, what is that coming up on the screen? Oh, it looks like a very good game. Alright, that's it. That's the Roger Spotlight. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. If you really enjoyed it, I'd also appreciate it if you could share this video with a friend or two. Just seriously, you'd be the best. But yeah, apart from that, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Everybody get your fucking hands up.